the security crisis in my state, especially as it affects my own senatorial zone, sir. I want to report again, like every day, the situation in Zamfara is getting worse and worse by the day. Mr. President, I want to bring to the notice of this Senate of the unfortunate kidnapping of a young girl of about 19 years, a week to her wedding, in a village called Ungurmi on the 26th of January 2018. Mr. President, 3 people were kidnapped in the same village, and as I'm talking to you, they are still in the hands of the bandits. And not quite 2 weeks ago, another 4 were arrested, were kidnapped, but released. The first group after payment of 1.2 million naira ransom, and the other group after the payment of 2.5 million naira ransom. The people of Benue State, for drawing the attention of the federal government to the problems in Benue State. 73 people were killed in Benue State, and we also how Benue State government and the people gathered together, convoked a summit, so to say, where all the prominent sons and daughters of Benue State were gathered to address the issue. Mr. President, more than 20 times that number has been killed in my constituency within the last 4 years. But we have never received such type of attention. And the reason is very simple, sir. Because the state government is antagonistic of anybody trying to bring the issue in the first state to the front burner. Last week, or last 2 weeks, during the debate of the Benue crisis, I had reasons to submit before this chamber the very terrible situation under which my people are living. As I'm talking to you, sir, like I said the other day, these bandits move around in Zamfara Central especially with their weapons freely. Like I said the other day, I still stand by it. They don't only move freely, but I was later informed they move with army uniform and the police uniform. Mr. President, I said that day, more than 60% of the constituency I represent is under siege. They assemble pimps and miscreants to attack me on the pages of newspapers and radio and television. I'm not bothered by that, but I want to say the problem, as I reported that day, are still there, and if care is not taken, and that is the point I want the Senate to note, people are resorting to buying arms to protect themselves. So I don't want a situation where tomorrow people will begin to be arrested for possession of guns to protect themselves. Because as I am talking today, they are not protected. Nobody is talking about them. Mr. President, last week, precisely Thursday, there are 2 groups in Zamfara now operating. One group is called the Repentant Group, and it's led by some people, and it's called the Katsina Repentant Groups. They move around with their weapons, supporting the people, according to them. And they move in police uniform and military uniform. The other group, Mr. President, are the bandits, and they are called the Zamfara Group. They have torn also. They have torn my constituency into 2. One part is controlled by the bandits, the other part is controlled by the Katsina group that call themselves Zamfara, meaning they are the ones supporting government and the people. But the problem, sir, is, I agree they don't touch anybody and they don't do anything to anybody. But they move in military uniform and police uniform and with their rifles in their hand. They move on motorbikes and everything and freely mingling with people. Now, just last week, because this Katsina group are always looking for the Zamfara group, engaging them in fight because it's a splinter group from the former Zamfara group. Between Thursday and today, as I am talking, sir, they have engaged themselves in a very fierce fight between Birnin in Kaduna State and Zamfara State. And unconfirmed report said that more than 100 people were killed. Most of the victims from the Zamfara group, that is the group that is supporting the government. But what is worrisome, Mr. President, not even a mention of this fight in our local radio, talk less of any paper or television in this country. Now, the only thing the government is doing of Zamfara is to attack anybody that says there is problem in Zamfara. Mr. President, there is problem in Zamfara. There is problem in my constituency. People are being killed every day. Women are being kidnapped. Ordinary people are being kidnapped for ransom that they don't have. And that the net effect is people are resorting to buying weapons to protect themselves. Mr. President, the only thing the government can do is to, they instructed the party to invite me for comments made on the floor of the Senate. Mr. President, I'm not afraid of their invitation, but they have led a precedent. In 2012, a member of the House of Representatives representing Gusau's Afe made comments against Governor Abdulaziz Yari. He was invited to Gusau and miscreants were arranged that attacked him, smashed his cars and everything. Just late last year, the Zamfara State House and Assembly made attempts to invite the governor and thereafter made pronouncement to the effect that unless he attends, they are going to impeach him. The next thing is, the same party in Zamfara invited them for a meeting. And what happened? They were attacked, their vehicles smashed. In the end, they were arrested, brought to Abuja, and detained. All the members of the Zamfara House of Assembly. If people are allowed to defend themselves, Mr. President, that is an invitation to anarchy. And I want the Senate to note it. And I want, with your permission, to lay this as an evidence before this chamber, because party has got nothing to do with issues said on the floor of the Senate. I so submit, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senator Marafa. Yes, you can lay your documents of the invitation. You came under personal explanation. It's unfortunate that you did not. Let me, Senator Aduda, that if you have come on the motion, but with this matter has been discussed previously. I feel the danger of what is going on in Zamfara, and it's a serious issue. We totally agree, because your security, your personal security, and your family is very issue. What we have been discussing here has largely to do with the security of the state, and your concern is the concern of all of us. I know that is one of the reasons why we have chatted that we must come together under a summit and discuss extensively all the issues that concern not only Zamfara. There is clearly a breakdown of law and order and security, and that is clear. And I think we need to be bold enough to take these issues when we have this summit where governors will be present, the security agencies will be present, and we must confront ourselves on those issues to find solutions. And what I can assure you, and I assure is that when we do have somebody, we'll take time to take Zamfara as a special case and extract from the governor and the security agencies what is the way forward. And I assure you of the security of yourself that will ensure that nothing will happen to you in your process of defending your constituency. I truly sympathize and your predicament, and I assure you that we'll do our best to restore sanity into Zamfara State.
Mr. President, I want with your permission, let us receive the Gaya committee that visited Zamfara and attested to the fact that one of these people that was received in Gusau has a follower of 1,500.
Senator Marafa, I have listened to you, so please.